Okay, let's unpack this. Sometimes the most fascinating things pop up where you least expect them,
Mhm.
even from a hobby you might not personally be into, right?
Right.
So today we're doing a deep dive into fish keeping. Specifically, we're zeroing in on one really striking creature, the silver arowana.
Osteoglossum bicirrhosum. That's the one.
Yeah, that name itself kind of hints at its look, doesn't it? Bony tongue, those two barbels, almost dragon-like.
Very ancient looking, yeah.
And our guide for this is a recent post. It's from an enthusiast named Ang.
Notes on Fishkeeping, Part 124, Silver Arowana.
Exactly. Dated August 1st, 2025. But Ang mentions the observations are actually from back around 2020.
So there's a bit of a time perspective there.
Right. And our mission really is to pull out the surprising bits about why this fish is so noteworthy.
Even if you're not a fish keeper yourself.
Yeah, precisely. And what can we maybe learn about appreciation, about dedication, just from Ang's writing here?
Well, what I find really compelling straight off the bat is how Aang frames this.
How's-
They're really upfront, you know? They say they don't actually own one because of the challenges,
Okay.
but they still dedicate this whole piece to it, which makes you wonder, can you really appreciate something intensely, see its value without actually owning it?
That is an interesting angle.
It sets a different kind of stage for appreciation, doesn't it?
It really does. And that's where the intrigue kind of ramps up. Ang says, point blank, not a fan of arowanas myself.
But then immediately,
Immediately follows with, it doesn't stop me from appreciating this fish species. Which, I mean, that feels like a contradiction, right?
it does seem like one on the surface.
It makes you question what we mean by appreciation. Is it more pure if you don't have the burden of owning it? Or just casual interest?
That's a fair point, but I don't think it's superficiality here. I think it's more about recognizing the true commitment involved.
Okay.
Aang seems to get the huge dedication needed, so instead of jumping in unprepared, maybe it's about respectful distance.
Makes sense. This isn't your average goldfish.
Not at all. We're talking a fish that can get, over 3 feet long?
Wow.
Needs a massive tank, maybe 200 gallons, maybe more, often custom.
Right. And the upkeep.
Yeah, the diet alone, often whole prey, live, or frozen, that impacts water quality massively.
So you need serious filtration.
Oh, yeah. High-capacity systems just to handle the biological load. Plus, the cost of the fish itself, good ones can be thousands.
Okay, so Ang's perspective is more like appreciating the beauty and complexity for what it is, separate from wanting to possess it.
Exactly. An aesthetic appreciation may be recognizing the challenges without taking them on personally.
That definitely shifts how you read their appreciation. And it's clear the fish itself is the main draw beyond the upkeep issues.
Absolutely.
Ang moves from the practical side to describing the sheer presence of the arowana. What specifically stood out?
It's very visual. Aang highlights that elongated body
Okay.
and those large, prominent metallic scales. That's key. It gives it that sort of armored, prehistoric river dragon look.
Metallic, like shiny?
Yeah, and not just shiny. Aang notes they exhibit a reflective, silver-like quality, especially under bright aquarium lights.
Ah, I can picture that.
Like a liquid shimmer, you know? Catching the light with every move, it's quite mesmerizing.
So that armor, plus the unique mouth.
Right, that upward-facing mouth for surface feeding, it all makes it visually and behaviorally really distinct.
And this isn't just a quick look either. Ang mentions the video, and observations go back to around 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And this post is part 124 in the Notes on Fishkeeping series.
Yeah, that numbering tells you something.
It suggests it's part of a much longer journey, right? Something they've been thinking about for years.
Definitely. It raises that question, why stick with observing something you don't actively participate in that specific way?
Good point.
And Aang gives a clue, saying, in my upcoming posts, I will be sharing videos I've taken over the years, documenting our fish keeping journey.
Okay.
And in particular, our experiences with fish breeding.
Ah, fish breeding. That hints at a whole other level.
Exactly. It suggests deeper complexities, learning, documenting, pushing the boundaries within the hobby, even if observing this particular fish from the outside.
So what's the takeaway here? We dove into this one observation about one specific fish
The Silver Arowana.
from someone who doesn't even want to own one. And it opens up all these layers, doesn't it?
Layers of appreciation, practical challenges, the biology.
Yeah. It's a good reminder that even niche topics can have surprising depth. And appreciation isn't always about ownership.
Absolutely. And that brings us to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to consider.
Yep.
Thinking about Aang's journey, their long-term observation, and this hint about future posts on complex stuff like fish breeding.
Hmm.
What topic in your own life, maybe something that seems niche or straightforward on the surface, what might it hold if you really explored it?
A universe of hidden complexities.
Maybe hidden dedication, deeper understanding. What's your next deep dive going to be?